Hello. Okay, I am so excited to be back. Welcome. This is your weekly pick a card reading for September 29th to October 6th. You know me, you remember me, right? I'm Vanessa from Beyond Your Sun Sign, and I am super stoked to connect with your energy, especially today. All right, so all you have to do is think of a number between 1 and 3. Not hard. Don't you dare overthink it. When you have that number hopefully in your third eye, we can get started, okay? All right, if you chose card number 1, what you need to know for this week, what you're not seeing is, look, it's reversed, the 5 of Swords, and it is reversed. That's really random because my cards are truly never reversed, and the way that I shuffle doesn't leave space for reversals, right? So the fact that this came out reversed, Death card. All right, so see, you're testing me. You're forcing me to transform and read a reversal, okay? I'm not used to doing this. The 5 of Swords is reversed, and when the 5 of Swords is reversed, it's kind of funny. When it's not reversed, it looks like all of these swords are basically jutting into the ground. But when it's reversed, the swords end up being almost like Camelot, right? What's the King Arthur, where he's able to kind of pull that sword down. This is what that's reminding me of, where the swords are in the air, you're able to pull them down. There's 5 opportunities, 5 representing change out of your control, but these are opportunities, and the swords represent our thoughts. So if you are focused on your solar plexus this week, and when I say focus on your solar plexus, I mean cover it up. Cover it up. If you're noticing when you talk to someone at work or wherever you're going like this, that's you protecting your solar plexus. Like, you're covering yourself up. If you are noticing that you need to work on that chakra, like it's not functioning, and when you research this solar, you'll see how it functions. But if you're noticing it's not functioning how it probably should, wear yellow underwear. You know, just do anything to kind of bring awareness to that chakra and try and allow it to start moving and functioning through intent. Because right now, the reason why you're feeling upside down is because of that blockage there. The solar plexus will allow you to confidently grab hold of your thoughts, the ones that you need, because they're not all over you. If it was this way, the thoughts would be jutted into you. This way, you get to choose. You get to decide what thought you want to grab. So the 5 of Swords this week is saying, choose your thoughts wisely, because there's a change. And if you're coming from the solar plexus, you can grab onto these changing thoughts and attitudes and beliefs a whole lot easier, and it won't jut, I'm going to say it for the 3rd time, jut into you. All right, there were 2 more cards here, but they weren't face down. So that one was beneath the surface. It's saying, all right, focus on the solar plexus, and you can really move some things around and control your thoughts more confidently. But what is on top of that, and of course, when we think of on top of it, we do consider a layering, right? These are also reversed. I honestly do not know why. 7 of Wands. So look at that. Usually it goes this way, where you see all of these wands representing energy. All of these wands end up being focused in on this energy right in the center. But when it's like this person is more so at rest. When they're this way, they're practically standing up. But this way, it's at rest, right? It's the hanged one. It's the hanged man. So this week you're realizing that, okay, I need to control my thoughts more confidently, and I need to focus my energy on resting. Because with rest is inward. And let me tell you something about rest, okay? Let me tell you something about rest. For the last 6 years, having kids, I thought that when I had my Fridays lying in bed, you know, while my mother-in-law was watching the girls, I could just chill in bed, do nothing. I thought that it was me returning to self, coming back to self. No, it was me getting away from others. So there is such a difference between active isolation, forced isolation, and deciding to isolate, right? That active isolation. So even when I was in bed away from others, I wasn't actually with self. I was scrolling social media, I was watching stories through TV, I was reading whatever. I wasn't actually just with self, even listening to music. But it's when you can turn off everything, put on even binaural beats or high frequency music, turn off everything and just stare at your ceiling and amazed at the thoughts and the downloads and the information that comes through. That's what's happening right now. That's how you can confidently grab those thoughts, because it hasn't been like, go on social media in the morning and you see how much your thoughts are infiltrated first thing. First thing, you're going through every emotion, every thought first thing. If you were to be able to pull all that away, pull back, and focus on the thoughts that are coming in naturally without the perversion of the external world first thing in the morning, you'd see there is some incredible information there. The last card was the Judgment card, but once again reversed. So at first, it turns into judgment, where it's like, I have no confidence over my thoughts. I have anxiety. So I focus all my energy on myself and I'm burnt out. And it's because of the fear of judgment. But when we turn that completely on its ass and we say, hold on a second, I'm going to decide when I have a thought that aligns with me. I'm going to actively spend time alone, and I'm going to use judgment as a form of awareness. Because I think that our society has a pretty warped view on judgment when, yeah, only God can judge us for sure. But if we really are our higher selves, if we really are a reflection of the universe, wouldn't we just be judging ourselves? And I'm telling you, the judgment I place on myself is way harsher than any God could ever place on me. Facts, right? So how much judgment are we placing on ourselves that we can turn upside down and use it as a form of awareness while we're alone, judging the thoughts that come down without it being like, oh, of course I'm in a bad mood. I saw that on social media this morning. All right. If you chose card number 2, this is a focus this week on the Page of Pentacles. So September 29th to October 6th, you are focusing on a young earth sign. So that is either a Capricorn, a Taurus, or a Virgo. And this person I'm seeing like spins. This person has either spun the block a couple times. Maybe they're an ex coming back in. Maybe they've just spun the block. No shame, no judgment. Or maybe they just make your head spin like a child or a young influence in your life. The focus is on young earth this week. And I'm thinking, I pulled extra cards to be like, well, what is it about them this week? And then this card popped out face down. So it's something deeply burrowed in the subconscious and blocking the young earth. Justice. Do your past life work when it comes to this young earth sign. More than ever, I'm realizing just how almost comical it is that all of our issues can be resolved through past life awareness. You know what I mean? My young earth sign, for example, oh, she can't sleep alone. She wants to be with us at all times. When I did a past life reading, the last moment, like this is a trigger warning, but we were invaded on. So the last moment I had was me basically holding her in my arms. So in this lifetime, it's hard for her to close her eyes without being held, because that's how she was laid to rest in that past life together. So with that awareness, I'm able to be like, okay, either I can, oh, my heart's starting to hurt after that. Yeah, so past life work is incredibly important, incredibly important. Do the past life work, and then you'll see why this week there are anything with this young earth sign. It'll kind of it'll let them off the hook, especially if you did something that could have offended, betrayed, hurt, or put them in danger. Okay, if you chose card number 3, we have the 7 of Swords, and this is not reversed, it's not face down, it's just straight up. And the 7 of Swords is that 7 energy of inner awareness, you know, taking the time in isolation to get the downloads on your own. And then the swords represent our thoughts. So truly this week is a huge opportunity to explore the caverns of your mind and to really overthink things. The thing about thoughts is, if we actually were to actively decide that we're going to be theoretical this week and not attach emotion to every thought, we would see just how interesting and fascinating a lot of our thoughts are, but we end up kind of kiboshing them or throwing them out because we'll place a judgment on it through our emotion, where it's like, oh, I shouldn't think like that. But hold on, that was actually a really profound thought. And I think not to kind of go off, but my moon's in Aquarius. So I think that now as a society, a lot of our thoughts, we have to be extra careful what we're saying and how our thoughts are being perceived and translated, which is beautiful and considerate. But this week, we're really going to be seeing just how much our thoughts influence us and influence our emotions when we do have an opportunity to detach from our emotions with our thoughts. We do that through TV, books all the time. We end up getting into other people's thoughts. It reminds me of being John Malkovich, right? Like, we're able to be in their thoughts, but the emotional part is very, very rare and connected to the actual person. So we don't need to feel every thought because our thoughts may not invoke the same feeling in somebody else. Something as simple as me saying, "What are your thoughts on California?" is going to invoke a completely different emotion to you than it is to me. So it ends up being personal. This week, if we allow ourselves to detach from the emotional aspect of our thought process, we can really explore a lot of fascinating and deep and profound insights without that fear of judgment that comes from the emotion of shame, which shame is so close to thoughts, right? So close. Even the shame of thinking it. Whew. Okay. As always, if you would like a personalized reading, you can find me through Instagram at Beyond Your Sun Sign, or you can email me beyondyoursunsign@gmail.com, or I'll just, I'm just going to link it below. So I hope you have an amazing week, and I will see you next week. Bye.